Hi, this is JilliBling. How are you today? I have something to share with you. Lately, I've tried something new. It's called a Gotta Have It project box. So GHI, Gotta Have It. And what that means is if you get the bundle, the Crane of Fortune bundle, that includes the stamp set and the dies, I would love to send you 5 card kits to make these upcoming 5 projects. And I always have a host code going, and it's on my blog, and my blog is JilliBling.com. And it doesn't matter which host code you use, but if you can order this bundle within about 10 days, I would love to send you these next 5 card kits. So here's one of them, and this one was taken directly from the catalog. Isn't that beautiful? Are you noticing this pretty paper? Just very nice, very simple, very classic. And in the catalog, which now that it's live, it started on January 4th, on page 22 is the Symbols of Fortune product suite. And it includes a lot of beautiful products. This ribbon was on back order, but it's available now, so that's coming. This paper right here, you just look at it as, oh, white paper, but it's mother of pearl paper. These polished dots are great. I think I've already used them all up. The designer paper, we'll be using a lot of that, and then the stamp set and the dies are great. So, it's pretty much this project right here, but when you see it in person, it's really pretty. Crane of Fortune and Bamboo Beauty has some great words in it. And these little bamboo leaves, they're very similar to this, so I think that they pair well together. So I'll be using a few items from here. And of course, Good Fortune dies. Look at those. And these 4 cut out images in the stamp set. And this one plus the 2 that we're using today, they just coordinate with it. And then, of course, Hippo dies, which I seem to use over and over. And this is more for the greeting, just a shape to cut out the greeting. Okay, so here's the sample. Just 2 colors of ink, Versamark and Smoky Slate. The Versamark is for the inside and the heat embossing with gold. So here are papers. Let's get started. This paper is so pretty. I turn it over and it's like, oh, gotta use that. And then I flip it over just to see what would I not be using. I love every page of this paper. Okay, and then just to put the texture on it, I could run my embossing folder. This is painted texture embossing folder. And I'll list all the products on my blog. But I could put it through here, but chances of getting it lined up straight are slim. So I just cut an extra sheet of paper, like a quarter sheet. And I will run it through painted textures. And there it is. And it's just a subtle little background. I didn't want too much because the this pearlized mother of pearl paper is beautiful. I didn't want to cover that up too much or take away from it. I was looking around for ideas of what should I do, and I do have a few original ideas, but there's a couple of them in the catalog that just kept standing out, and I thought, you know, let me do those. These are inside papers. It's Crumb Cake and Whisper White, or Basic White. This is for these dies. So these dies coordinate with the stamp set. They don't outline, cut anything out. But I'll cut those out. And they're just nice little additions that perfectly match. Okay, and so this paper right here is for the words. And I want to do something from the bamboo. Let me find it. Bamboo Beauty. And when I read through each of these separately, I don't know why I was resistant to them. Maybe the first one is about bamboo, and I didn't know that I wanted bamboo in a card, but it's nice. But these other ones, all the words are really nice. So I like this one. A true friend is one who holds your hand and touches your heart. That's really nice. So I'll stamp that in Smoky Slate. And here, using the hippo dies, I have it cut out. But you know how I like to get a little fancy sometimes? If it has an inside lip, which this one does, just take your bone folder, and it creates, for example, this one right here. See that little extra embossed, how it's popped up? That was because this die has this little inside lip. Therefore, I could get fancy, just like this one. You know, it's all these little extra things that we do. And on the back, if you kind of jump up over the track and go up over and you're like, oh, I ruined it, for some reason, you don't see it at all on the front. So just have at it. Okay. Then pop it out, and that, let me see that little lip right there on the edge, the little embossed area? There you go. Little details. Okay, so that will go in here. So now here is the mother of pearl paper. See how pretty that is when the light shines on it? It might be just a little bit too sparkly for this project, but hey, they put it in the product suite and I love it. You know, I'm all about the bling. So I'll put paper cut sizes, but these are 3/4 inch and 7/8 inch. 7/8, 3/4, 7/8. I was trying to figure it out, what size is trying to get them all equal, and it got to be a little bit too minuscule of a difference. And I thought, you know what? I'm okay if they're slightly different. Actually, the one in the catalog, they have them all 3 different. Do you all use your adhesive remover all the time? See, I wanted to get it close to the edge, but ended up making a little bit of a mess. Okay, good. So this is going to go onto, let me turn this over, onto here. So now you can see the white from the Smoky Slate. So this print is going to go on the inside, the middle, and it's got a crumb cake back, floral. Then there's these 2 pieces. So I'm just going to, hold on here. So at this point, I'm going to do one edge, and I'm trying to get this amount to equal that to equal this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now this piece, I'll do the same. Because once you put your sentiment over the top, you don't pay attention to, did she line her papers up perfectly? And this one in the middle. Okay, and there, that part is done. So this I'm going to use dimensionals. So I looked up what's with a crane and good fortune, and generally it's said that a crane will bring you good luck. We could all use some good luck, right? I don't know, is there an upside or a downside to this? I'm looking at these branches. They seem to be going up. This one, maybe I should have flipped it over, but not sure that it matters. And you know, this time I'm going to try something a little different. Just because I do that. And then this can go. That butterfly is cute. Oh no, I don't know that it's working. Well, I guess it depends on how big I put these. I'll just do it like that. Okay, so I'll put liquid glue in this corner up here. Maybe. I was just using it. And maybe a little bit here. You know, because this ginkgo is a little bit more of a bolder print than the leaf, I'll put that. Probably should have more of a plan. But that goes there. This could go here. Then that one, just down there kind of framing the bottom. Okay, that'll do. And then I'll put dimensionals on these parts that are not on the panel. There. Now I held it in place. No escaping me now. Okay, maybe a little bit more glue. With this ginkgo leaf, I don't know that it's gonna stay in place. There's a little thickness to it. Well, that came up pretty. I think some of my dimensionals are riding up though. Hold on. It's supposed to go easier the second time around. And I know you guys never do this, right? See, if I would have just stuck to the first one, it would have been no problem. Is it straight? I'm making a mess out of it. Okay, now it's straight. The glue is holding that, but I'm going to put one dimensional under there because I kind of messed up that one. Kind of floating up there. Oh, much better. Okay, and you know what? On these, I put a dimensional under here, underneath that one, under some of these bolder parts, just to give it, make it a little bit more 3D. So let's do that. I'll kind of hold it in place too. There. That looks good. I like the words too. So for the inside, how about a true friend touches a heart, grateful for all that you do. There's the inside papers. So I will do that in Smoky Slate. Can I stamp it straight? Okay. I might need to re-ink that. And to carry the gold through, I'm going to use Versamark and these little dragonflies. Put some there, maybe over here, and this little bamboo shoot. Maybe I'll put it all down across the bottom. The other one I didn't do as much. I was trying to be more of a minimalist and not do so much, but this time I'll do more. Okay, into the gold powder. Should have done my Betty Boop. And you know, I might put a little here and a little over there. Make sure there's no powder. Okay, more gold powder. Okay. Okay, now I'll use my heat tool. And there it is. Ooh, look at the Versamark in action. You know that Versamark is a watermark stamp pad, and it will make it just one shade darker, which could be a lot of fun. Okay, project number 1 done. So here's the first one, just like the catalog. This one is just a little bit different, same concept. Lots of embossing and a little bit of embossing. Both great, both very nice, classic. So that is it, but I look forward to doing some more and I will share it with you. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and then you'll see more projects using the Crane of Fortune product suite and bundle. Thank you. Happy stamping.